Knowing that District 53 is a dominant Republican area, please detail your involvement with the Republican Party, either at the local, state, or national level, and describe your background in working for either Republican or Democrat office holders. And let's see, that goes to Andy first.
Okay, I come from a small town, Junction, which is in our district, and what you will find is that not necessarily has it historically always had an active, functioning group of folks that would get together on a regular basis like this good group of folks. And so you have to reach out further. But also I think, and I want to go ahead and spend my time to answer what allegations have been raised about me, because essentially someone is saying that I'm a Democrat, which is certainly not true. In college, I had the privilege to participate in the Texas A&M Agriculture and Natural Resource Policy Internship Program. During that process, I got to interview to become an applicant in the program. Once you are accepted, you are placed in legislative and executive offices in Washington, D.C. and or in Texas. You do not get to choose where you go. It is a bipartisan process. The program is still intact today. You can go look it up on a website. So you get placed and you don't get to choose who you work for. I ended up working for someone who was not a Republican. Can't help that fact. Rob has also made mention of the fact that, Andy, after your stint as an intern was over, you lingered and worked a little longer. I did because I was asked to. I did not solicit or interview. Instead, we had a woman in our office going on maternity leave. She and the other staff asked me to fill in while she was on maternity leave. That's what I did, and I provide constituent services. When she returned full-time from her maternity leave, I returned to being a college student. Did the same thing at the state level, and I worked for the House Natural Resources Committee, which is the committee in the House that deals with water issues, which I still think is one of the most important issues facing Texas and definitely facing Kimball and Kerr County and the rest of the Hill Country. Why would you not want a student to go learn that? So I don't get to choose the politics of the folks in charge, but learning the process is absolutely vital. There's a lot more to talk about, but I think I addressed some questions that people had.
There's always a choice. And I remember when I was an undergrad, I signed up for a class. I thought it was going to be a very interesting literature class. And within the first week, the liberal agenda, the professor, with the lies and the venom that he was spewing was offensive to me, and I said, I'm not going to participate in this. And I withdrew from that class, and I went and found a class where I could learn, and I could learn in a class that respected the values that I had. I've been a lifelong Republican. I've been a lifelong Republican since my dad, Fred, took me to precinct meetings here in Kerr County as a boy growing up. I started my Republican career in 1998 volunteering for George W. Bush when he was running for governor. And then I was honored to serve and work for him as a staff member on his 2000 presidential campaign. After that, I worked for Texas State Senator and Republican Robert Duncan during the 2001 legislative session. I worked for the Republican Party of Texas in the 2002 and 2004 victory efforts. When we took back Texas, we took back the Texas House, and we elected a Republican speaker in the Texas House of Representatives. I volunteered for Governor Huckabee's presidential campaign when he ran for president in 2008. My first job out of law school was working for Greg Abbott in the Attorney General's office, where I was privileged to serve with then Solicitor General Ted Cruz, who I had known from when we worked together during the presidential campaign. When Leslie and I moved back here to Kerr County, we became very active in our local party politics here. I've always been a member of this local Republican Women's Club. I've been a chair of your Republican County Convention. I've been also the chair of the fundraising effort to support our local Republican Party. I'm a lifelong Republican, not out of convenience, but out of conviction. My record supports that. I've always worked for Republicans. I've always supported the Republican cause because those are the values and the principles that I share, and I wouldn't do anything otherwise. Thank you.